Okay, the cabbage. You're going to take the first half off right here. And then you're going to quarter around the core 3 times. You're going to be left with this. And it may be some fruit on, it may be some cabbage still on here. And what you're going to do is when it falls off, you're going to just slice it to your liking. Now I'm going to cube this like this. And then chop it to size like this. And then saute it. I'll be back. Okay, once you cube it, you're going to bring it to the sink and give it a good thorough rinsing. Be back shortly. Okay, now that the cabbage is washed, I'm going to take it over here. Grab my onions and peppers. Bring them to the cutting board. Got a half an onion and 2 peps. 1 orange, 1 red. Stay tuned. Okay, so when I chop the onions, I get them a little bit smaller than the cabbage. And when I get ready to dissect my peppers, I like to go straight around the base or the top that hangs from the plant and make a strip. And then stack them on top of each other. And then slice them the same. I'll be back and show you how that works too. Okay, so now I got a smaller dice on the bell peppers than I do of the onions, and my cabbage is bigger than my onions, and that's because of when I put them in the pan. So I'm gonna start out with the onions and a little cooking oil. Then I'm gonna bring the cabbage, introducing it to it. Then I'm gonna toss the bell peppers in with it, and then I'm gonna touch it with a little stock. Okay, so stay tuned. So in my pan I have some high quality margarine, or you can use some clarified butter, olive oil, grapeseed oil, any kind of nut oil if you prefer. It depends on your taste buds or what your diet will allow you to do. And once this melts down with the fresh thyme, I'm gonna put the onions in there and then garlic. Stay tuned. Okay, now that my pan has started talking and the butter is transit, I'm going to add a touch of salt. And that's all the salt I'm going to put in the whole dish, okay? So you don't want to put a lot of salt in your food. You want herbs and spices to season your dish. I also have a touch of black pepper right here. I like Kicking Chicken by Weber. I put a touch of that in there. I also, look, any onion powder, as long as it ain't salty, y'all. Some of them onion powders be real salty. Okay, so get a little onion powder. And some steak seasoning. Now, I use Grill Mate steak seasoning. I also use other kinds, but not for this dish. So you're going to give it a quick toss. Oh yeah, that's my saffron yellow rice, y'all. Saffron yellow rice. Okay, give those onions a quick toss. Once they get coated with the seasonings, you're going to throw your cabbage in. Cabbage makes its own water. Don't be so quick to put any liquid in until it transfers inside just a touch. Okay? Once it transfers inside just a touch, then you want to try and put some liquid in there if you need it. Sometimes you don't even need it, you guys. Depends on how much water that cabbage will suck up before it was picked. Okay. So I overstuffed my pan because you all know this is going to reduce in size. I want a whole pan full of cabbage when I finish. Not a half a pan. Okay. So I'm going to continue putting handfuls of cabbage on here and pushing it down. You hear it talking? That's what you want it to sound like when you start introducing the cabbage to your onions and the seasonings. Now, That's only half the seasonings. Once they get melted down just a touch more, I'll put some more stuff in here. And you guys will see how I layer the flavors. Now this is going to come to the point where the fat tries to reduce too much. And once that gets ready to happen, you can throw you some apple cider vinegar, regular vinegar, white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, or pickle vinegar in here to give it a particular taste. And this will also help you remove the funk from the pan so that it transfers to your cabbage and give you a nice, delicious flavor, okay? Okay, so now I'm going to find the lid and I'm going to cover this puppy so it can sweat. And it's going to saute at the bottom and sweat on the top. And that's what I want my onions to do. I want my onions to become caramelized at the bottom of the pan while this cabbage is sweating. Okay, so this is the method for this particular type of cabbage. You can cook it a lot of different ways, you guys. Okay, stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe if you like my content. That saffron rice is going to be delicious. Okay, my cabbage has reduced one time. I have not put any liquid in here. I just put the tropical sazon, saffron sazon, chives, garlic with oil, olive oil, and I put my peppers in here, my orange and red bell peppers. And now I'm gonna wait for that to reduce down one more time while the lid with the lid on it. Do that covered so it can steam really well on top. I'll be right back and show you the next step. Okay, now I have the lid on here. Now I was cooking this on a moderately high temperature until now. Now I'm gonna turn it down, half throttle. You want it to be about maybe 1/4 of an inch away from just low simmering, okay? And you want to give it a good shake at this point to shake your cabbage down. Okay, once you do that shake, leave it alone for another 3 to 4 minutes, okay? I'll be back. Okay, it's been a good minute and a half. You'll give it another good shake. And you're gonna leave it alone again, okay, you guys? I'll be right back in another minute and a half. So I cooked some navy beans in the oven, you all. And baby, when I tell you, the meat is so tender. If you try to pick it up, it's gonna fall apart. See? And so to cook your beans in the oven or a crock pot is about the same nature. Okay, that skin, oh my goodness, it just went somewhere, y'all. I wanted to pick it up and eat it. Ooh. So I'm gonna get a cup of this as my stock option for my cabbage. About that much worth in a red solo cup. Now it's been a minute and a half. Hold on, let me take the top off, y'all. I'll be right back. So now, you guys know I didn't put any liquid in there. See how much in there? So you really don't have to put any stock option if you don't want. But I want to theme my food out. So I'm going to put a little bit of this stock in there. Just to marry with those flavors that I already did. Now I'm going to take the top off and not put it back on. And let it finish cooking for another 3 minutes. I'll be back. Remember when I said I was going to go 3 minutes, y'all? If you don't want your cabbage soft, stop now. After you put the stock in, just turn it off. But if you want it to be a little bit softer, keep cooking it for 1.5 to 3 minutes. And keep checking the tenderness. And you want to go from the core leaves, because those are the ones that take the longest and the deeper green ones. So keep giving it a good stir so everything marries together, and you're chopping up those leaves that didn't want to come apart when you were washing it, because they will come apart. Just got to keep messing with them. Okay, enjoy your meal. It's Saturday. Love, peace, and blessings. Now, when it starts looking like this, I touch it with a little hot sauce, and it brings everything together. And those peppers that I was telling you about. I use Crystal and my olive sliced pepperoncinis. And so the meal is finished now, so I just gotta wait for participants. So there's the cabbage, yellow saffron rice, got some cornbread right here, and the lima beans with the smoked meat. I mean navy beans, y'all. I'm sorry, these are navies. Navy beans, the ones mentioned in the Bible. The ones blessed so many times by God. To God be the glory, because they my favorite. Enjoy your day. Like, share, subscribe.